Good evening, it's February 20th. Policy Committee will be
The 19th?
I
talking,
thought it was the 19th.
Yeah.
It's
20th
19th.
is tomorrow.
It says
Don't
right
make it
there,
worse.
19th.
we need a retake. Here's your first blip what day it is. Isn't tomorrow the 21st?
20th, no.
Tomorrow's the 20th.
Oh, see, I'm moving ahead of day. Are we starting over?
No, that's fine.
We can keep going, Michael.
Yeah,
can
just
edit
keep
the-
going.
He can just edit the first part out.
Need a-
Okay,
I'll tell him. He'll be all set.
okay. I don't want people,
It is February, we'll leave it at
if
that.
you don't even know what day it is, you have no business running a committee.
What are we going to work on tonight? Do we have any new ones?
We do. Let's do the old ones first.
Okay.
Since we now agree that it is February 19th, and this is the Policy Committee, we're going to start on the computer use policy, which we will, of course, finish tonight, won't we? Huh?
Yes,
Yes,
yes, yes.
good.
We finish one tonight, don't we?
And then we'll go on to other bigger and better things. So I read the one you sent over today, which I thought was great. Cleaned
But,
it up nicely.
to Steve, he caught my Bank of the Town.
I had, I think, two little cosmetic comments, if you will.
Okay.
Me too.
On electronic mail, in the second paragraph, a user's personal email, users would be apostrophe S.
Absolutely.
My other item I circled, which is more of a question, down at the last paragraph on that same page, where it talks about storage media.
Yep.
The word storage media is in there twice, and when I get down to the one on the last sentence, and it says automatically scanning storage media, should that be stored, S-T-O-R-E-D, or is storage the right word? Because I'm not
His
familiar with
department, I have no clue.
We defer to Mr. Casey.
I would stick with storage.
That's what you call
It's
it?
actually scanning the device, not, and all the things that are on the device. So, yeah, I think I'd stay with storage.
In both places?
Where's the other one?
It's in the
Last line,
second,
Yeah, I know the last one.
second line, in the middle of the
Right.
second line.
After USB
No.
drive.
Okay, yes, I'd leave it the same in both.
Okay, I just was not familiar with the term. Okay.
I have a couple too. On the first page, under personal use,
Oh, I have one
must
more.
be done within the bounds of, should town be capitalized?
Well, she had it
Policies.
capitalized, and when I fixed it, I decapitalized it.
It's not in D-Town?
Well,
I don't care
other
one way or the
places,
other,
when
honestly.
we refer to town, it actually means the town of Acton, right?
Right.
So I thought
Okay.
it should be capitalized.
I'm sorry, that's my fault.
No problem.
And then the other,
Want a divorce?
easy,
We're not
Granted.
doing those tonight.
is under
Granted.
internet, under internet, on the in the third paragraph, on the 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth line down where it starts social media sites such
Oh,
as
see, I saw that too.
Facebook and MySpace. Now, I don't know, and you've got an "and" in front of Twitter, which either it has to be removed from there or moved to after MySpace and blogs and microblogs such as Twitter.
Oh, something's missing.
So is there a word
There's just
missing?
something in
or
Twitter, yep.
and comes out?
There's
What else
something's
might
missing.
You want to put in there?
No, I think because the "and" was up here originally, I think, and blogs and microblogs such
Oh, it's
as.
been like that a long time, such as in
I
Twitter.
know, but I read it
the last
both ways,
one.
like there's a word missing, or
Yeah,
the and needs to come
go,
out.
yeah.
Hand is out, okay.
blogs and microblogs
All right, that's good.
such as Twitter. So it's removed completely?
Yep.
The and, yep.
Remove.
Oh, and I did find another one.
Oh, for crying out loud.
I have
Oh,
one,
it's
I have
Elaine's
one more.
turn, it's Elaine's
I have
turn,
one
I'm
more.
sorry. Back to the end of the line.
On the first page,
Oh, back to the first page.
I just have a note that this version here does not include personal use must take place during non-work hours, breaks, lunch breaks, and before or after scheduled work hours.
I thought we
for
had taken.
individual. No, that might have been taken out. On my copy from 130, I didn't have that removed, so,
Okay, I thought we took it out and stuck with the usage must not preempt town business.
yeah,
And that just kind of gave you the do it on, not on your work hours.
okay. So, this version does not include personal use must take.
Did we want to put that back in?
I had removed only town employees are authorized as users of the town's electronic communication, because we will move that to under computer use policy, but I didn't do anything with,
Personal?
yeah. But I didn't do anything with personal use, should never preempt work use. We moved that part, we kept that part. And then personal use must take place during non-work hours, breaks, lunch breaks, and before, after work.
Well, see, I've got all that deleted.
All that, yeah.
You have it
that's-
all deleted?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the
Okay.
second sentence in that paragraph, the
Okay.
usage does not preempt town business. It must be done within the bounds of town policies. What am I missing?
Okay, I must have just missed that you deleted that part of it, because
But
I still had it
what is it?
showing, so
What
I
am I-
didn't know if you
Oh.
had mistakenly omitted it. So
Oh.
that's why I wanted to bring it up.
I've got it really deleted.
Did you have it deleted also?
The whole most of the paragraph, and then we
The whole
wrote on the
second
back of
paragraph,
back of that page. I don't know if I stuck my,
Yeah, I stuck it back in there.
there it is. Yeah, we took the whole thing off
So
and
that
then
would,
did
by
while the
by
town.
just saying personal use should never preempt work use, indicates that you can do it during work hours, but if you don't have other work to do.
Right.
Yeah,
Right?
If you're on your break, your
Okay.
lunch.
So you want to remove that other part? You don't think that that's important?
The way it reads here is, covers everything.
Okay.
Actually, it was the paragraph underneath that we took out.
Right, and that's where it
Yeah,
said.
I have that
Yeah.
omitted.
Yep, and
But
it
on-
does look like, on the one that I've got, it looks like we only took out that one line.
Oh, I get
And that was my
thing.
fault, I took it all out. So, decide what you want to do. You've got it all out?
Yeah, I got the whole
Yeah,
thing
he
deleted.
had it all crossed out, and Virginia had it all crossed out.
Read us the words again that are omitted that
The
you,
words that, it says,
Like-
I thought we left personal use should never preempt work use. Personal use must take place during non-work hours, breaks, lunch breaks, and before or after scheduled work, or after work.
I guess.
So
it's-
just saying personal use should never preempt work use
Covers
covers it, but
Yeah.
it's saying that,
At 10:30, they get nothing to
at
do.
10:30, between 10:30 and 11:30, if you have nothing to do, you can do personal use.
Yeah,
And
you
I
go
don't
and check
know
your
if that's
emails at
really
home.
acceptable.
Oh, I think so. I mean, in this day and age, people are gonna, if we put in a policy that said, there's no personal use, whatever, on town equipment, people would be like,
No, but
real.
we're not saying that.
CNN while
We're
I'm
not
on
saying
hold.
that.
yeah.
But we're also not saying that.
No, but that other version would have come across
You
like
can-
this.
you
This
can
just
do-
says, you can do it, but nothing preempts work. Work is first,
Right, right.
sort of as time permits. You know,
Okay.
Anything else?
That's all. That,
Oh, I need something else.
Yes.
I mean, Virginia had something else.
yeah.
Virginia has.
The employee signature section on the last page refers to policies as if they're plural, that there's more than one policy. I think it should just say, I have received and read the above policy.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, they're going to think we're writing in disappearing ink.
Microphone, I'll pick you up for that.
How come I don't have a mute button?
You do. It says push.
I know, but then we all have to do it simultaneously,
Yeah.
is that the deal?
Yep.
Then you hold it down.
I'm like the last time.
You just put it
And did you hear what she said about?
They wouldn't tape us anymore because there'd be too much editing.
You know what, they probably just let it fly. Okay,
So we're
are
done.
we happy?
All right, yep.
All right.
Keep you happy.
I started looking
overjoyed.
through when we started
I'm so sick
working
of
on this
looking at this
policy, me too.
What month was that?
Well,
Last
the
October?
the last one I have in here, I think, was in August, July or August.
Really?
Yeah.
We can't be that bad. Oh,
Well, Here's
But
one,
we won't do it that way
this one from
again.
December.
Wow.
now,
Divide it up.
on this, so whenever you can get me the revisions, I will just.
I'll give them to you next couple days, they're only 10.
Email
I
those
can do them
on.
tonight, really. Actually, you could do it, you've got a copy. There's only a couple little things.
Well, that's true.
That way you won't depend upon me.
You've got all the changes?
Yeah, that was,
Take out and,
There's a-
put a comma, no, put an apostrophe in there and a big T, that was it.
leave the storage media alone.
I don't see the big T on yours.
Town.
On hers, I don't see it. Here, you need a big T, capital T there.
Thank you.
Maybe I better do it.
I can do it, I can.
And then you have the one on page 3,
Policy.
under
From the end.
moving that, or
Yep.
removing it
Such as
completely.
Twitter. Yeah.
Such as Twitter, right?
Yeah. And correcting the policy on the last page.
Yes, boss.
Okay. So, Virginia's gonna make the change.
Do you want to drop a blood on there too?
Final changes.
Thumbprint.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, let's see.
Move to adjourn.
That's what I was gonna ask, are we done now?
So the,
Did you, I'm sorry,
go ahead.
did you get my email about the debit and credit card policy?
Yeah.
He said they were approved.
With changes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, they were,
No, this is,
They were amended.
they haven't been amended yet.
Oh, I thought, oh, okay, I misread that apparently
The
then.
one that, altogether.
public information was.
Jennifer sent these, and a couple others, that she's made some revisions to, and she just thought they were very minor, and wanted us to take a quick look at them.
Which ones are they? The
The
debit
one
and credit
payment
card?
Debit and credit card policies, I'm looking for her email. They changed the companies, whoever the company is that does this sort of thing. So this is why. There we go. Said previously, we were only able to use Visa for real estate taxes. Now that we've switched companies to a company called InfoMe, allows Visa for everything. So it says, I've made changes to the policy based on how it currently works and would ask you all to approve it. So,
So what they changed was...
of course, I made a change. See on the second line where it says a minimum surcharge of $1 will be added to all transactions under $40.
Yeah.
Semicolon, thereafter that amount, the surcharge will be 2.5 of the total due.
What does it mean thereafter?
Well,
What?
After $40.
Oh,
Um,
isn't thereafter,
So-
isn't thereafter a word that is
It
implicit of
doesn't-
time?
Right,
Not,
it doesn't seem to,
no, I don't think it's
fit.
the right word.
so I,
Under $40,
I said
thereafter
was-
is a time thing.
will be
right?
added, to transactions less than $40, period. A surcharge of 2.5% is assessed to transaction amounts of $40 or more.
Yeah, it should be
So-
more implicit.
I wanted to make sure people understood that it says under $40, people see the $40 and they go, $40. Well, if it's $40, it's the higher, it's the
Okay,
2.5.
So 39.99 is your cutoff?
Yeah, because this says under 40.
Right.
And then if we took out thereafter that amount and just said a surcharge of 2.5 is assessed to transaction amounts of $40 or more.
Above.
Or more instead of above.
Okay.
So above $40. The surcharge will be 2.5%
Yeah,
of the total.
Actually, it should be greater.
well, that's why I put or more, I could say or greater. $40 or greater,
No. that doesn't
$40
sound
or
right.
more. Which do you like better?
More than greater.
You like more better than greater?
Yes.
All right, that's what I
Can't we
like.
just use above 40? The charge will be?
No, because you have to include $40, because if somebody comes in and it happens to be $40, they're gonna think they get away with something.
So is it $40 and anything, is it anything above $40 would be? So under-
$40, no,
so-
$40,
So up to
and higher.
$39 is a dollar, $40 and up.
$39.99 is a buck.
$40 or more is 2.5%.
Yeah.
See, that's, I'll tell you
Did
another
they
story
charge you,
about that. So
did
if
they
we-
charge you $1 for a $7 do your dog online thing? I don't ever recall them charging me
I
$1.
think there is a fee, yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know, we did that policy a while ago.
Do-
Well, actually, we don't do it through the town of
No, you do it
Acton,
through
we
the
do it through the state.
No, I'm through.
Oh,
Like,
give me a signal or something when you,
Did you turn it back on?
Oh, yeah, taking your finger off will turn it on.
Oh, yeah, in other words, you have to hold it.
Yes.
payment by debit and credit card? How about debit and credit card payment policy?
What did we call it before?
It says payment.
Ah,
Or am I being too fussy?
no? Take out the payment by? Sure.
Put payment policy at the other end.
Is
debit
it
and
a
credit card
payment?
payment policy.
Isn't it just a debit and credit card policy?
Oh, leave out the word payment.
You know you're paying something if you're using your debit or credit card.
That's true.
Not getting anything?
That's right. Just a debit and credit card policy. Because you're
What
not
do you think?
paying by cash or anything.
Earth to Mrs. Beck.
Yeah, debit and credit card. Well, is there any other
Can you get a cash
way that
advance?
they would think of use? Is there any other event where they use a debit and credit card except for paying it through the clerk's office, right? So anytime they use their credit card for anything
It's a payment.
on a debit and credit card, I would think it should be just debit and credit card policy.
Sold.
Unless you want to have fees for debit and credit card policy.
No,
Or debit and
because
card.
It's not just fees. There are other things on there,
Concise
right?
is desirable.
Concise, okay,
We're trying to use as less oil in the ink as we can.
okay.
We're fighting.
Less
the man.
toner,
Less
Stick it to the
toner.
man.
printer,
Sticking it to the man, that's right.
okay. So how is that, yeah, we're going to remove that. And then it's going to be $1 will be added to the transactions under $40, and above $40, the surcharge will be
Stab yourself in the
2.5%.
leg?
Yep.
Did you cut yourself?
He's got one of those hangnail things there, or keeps cutting it on his cuticle.
And they just ripped it off.
Oh,
Bleeding down to my
that is
knuckle now.
so-
You need a nail clipper?
No, thanks. You
Don't-
stop
don't-
bleeding.
I
Not on
didn't bring
TV.
my, didn't bring
There's
my
no crying
boo
on
bag.
TV.
We could call that ambulance association on the street, they don't have much to do.
No,
This could be a free ride to the hospital.
The asset and is revenue of the credit card companies, not the town of Acton. So that doesn't go to the town, it goes to the credit card company.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
All right, we're done
Yeah.
with that one?
Yep.
Oh, look, 2 in one night. We're good. Leave it.
I'm trying to get this done bleeding.
Want a Band-Aid?
No, that'll be all right.
Run across the street and get a tourniquet.
Wrap it around his neck.
What?
All right.
Why did they have a first aid box outside? You could
Oh,
get
all
a,
right. I got a first aid kit in my truck.
Really?
It's really not that bad. It's just aggravating.
the thing is, you keep catching it on stuff.
Yes.
So a Band-Aid might help, put it on,
I
then
was
we
thinking,
keep catching it.
amputation.
Use my knife.
I must have a plastic one in here somewhere.
Okay, so the other one that you sent is the Town of Acton request for public information policy?
Yep, that
And that's
one-
been signed and everything, right?
Yep.
So that's a
It is.
final, huh?
It's done.
Cool.
You see one little divvy there that take care of the next one.
File that one away, huh? Cool, how cool is that?
Okay, here's my to-do list. Purchasing guidelines are gonna be formally rescinded. That should be on the agenda for the next Board of Selectmen's meeting.
Why are they rescinding them?
Not going to buy anything anymore.
Oh, okay.
My understanding is the way that it reads now is totally obsolete. Nobody does it that way. And now, the way they've structured the budget is that each department, or whatever they choose to call it, has its own budget. As long as they spend within the line items of the budget, they don't need to get further approval. If they want something that's not specified or approved in the budget, then they have to go to the Board of Selectmen.
Do we have a copy of the present purchasing guidelines? Was that ever anything
I
that
do.
we were expected to work on?
Originally, we were, and when I circulated it around to some of the department heads, they all looked at it and said, oh, we don't do it that way anymore.
No, but they may not do it that way anymore, but do they want it replaced?
No,
They're not going to have
The
any
Board of-
purchasing guidelines?
no. The board, when I talked to Ted Kryzak, he said, we don't need it.
That's like one of the
Jennifer-
most abused areas of any corporation.
Jennifer was in agreement.
Wow,
Um,
that's not
I guess
a
I'm
good
not so
thing.
sure that it wouldn't still make sense to have a policy, at least it just says basically what I just said to you.
Yeah. About staying within the budget.
Yeah,
Right.
then
Well,
it's
shouldn't they
not,
be required to have bids for items over
yes, absolutely,
X dollars or something?
absolutely.
What did she say about that? I don't know if there's a separate one on bids.
Oh,
We can
maybe
come back
that's,
to this one.
Something
maybe
about-
that's what it is. Maybe they have anything that's large enough to require bids might have its own policy.
I don't know if we have a bid policy, that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah. Well, we haven't been given everything, right?
No, there's a book that's bigger than this,
Must be you guys.
that has all of them in
that
it.
scare the shit out of my.
Are you scared of this?
We're going to be edited.
I'm blushing.
Sorry.
Never heard such language.
Debbie made me do it.
I didn't hear all of it, but I think I'll just not ask.
Good thinking.
You can watch it on TV. They used to do the supplies for the ambulance association.
Yeah, they do need some kind of a purchasing policy for, things must have to go up for bids and, you know, you don't want to buy it off your brother-in-law or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it. Have no guidelines for purchasing. As I say, that's one of the most abused areas of any
Oh, yeah.
corporation, company, municipal, state,
I
government.
just ordered more toner for my printer. My boss called me up and said, "Hey, you ordered toner in November. What are you doing ordering again in January?" So I'm using it.
And these are the ones that
So he watches.
Oh, yeah, I didn't realize he was, it
affects his bonus year end.
is.
Tell
Well,
them to
he-
quit changing the documents.
Well, he
Okay.
must not do as much work as you do.
Too much time on his
Print out
hands.
as much stuff as you do.
Hope Randy doesn't watch this channel.
So for the moment, keep these in the order that I give them to you,
Oh, no.
only because Jennifer didn't number them all, but it explains in her cover memo, which only I am privy to.
Ooh.
So does the first one go on top or on the bottom?
I would say,
So you're gonna read the memo to the rest of us?
I will.
What do
They were
you,
against it.
these are additional pages to this
Oh, this should be a
harassment?
fun one tonight.
Oh, my God, another 6 months. I can see it now. What, are they different policies?
Yeah, I got 4.
So why,
She
does it,
did not want us to be bored. All right, this is number 2.
so this is number 1?
If that's number 2, then that's number 1.
Okay. Didn't say it.
What college did you go to?
Number 2.
You didn't keep an order.
I'm putting numbers on them.
Oh,
3. Oh, don't screw up my system here.
we're back.
Good thing there's not 10.
Wow.
Be here all night.
Well, this was a last minute.
Do I have, can I ask you, so, not to sort of beat something to death, but,
I know, I'm thinking the same
does,
thing.
did the selectmen chose to rescind the guidelines?
Which ones? The purchasing
The
guidelines?
purchasing guidelines?
It's on the docket for the
So they
next
do
meeting.
that publicly, so people know
Yes.
that they're doing that? Okay.
Yeah.
Guess what Elaine's doing Thursday? Guess what you're doing Thursday?
Has anybody met Officer Dan yet?
Yes.
You have.
Yeah, but that was,
What,
you know,
has he
running in and
stopped
out. No, not yet. Just that first, you know, the introduction to Dan, but I didn't know if anybody'd come into the question time or just wondered how
I
it's
missed
going.
that meeting when he was at the Board of Selectmen's meeting. That was when I had my flu germs and thought,
He's available every Thursday from 5 to
Yeah.
6 or 6 to 7 or something.
it's on the website. 'Cause I have
He's
to-
in Shapley's Town Hall, right? His office is in
he's here.
Shapley's Town
And
Hall.
he's going to have a spot here, too.
Oh, he is?
Yes.
Oh, good, good.
I guess you can make an appointment. Or you can always, I think it said contact him by email, depending on what.
Anybody
you-
know how it's going or anything? No? Okay.
I know he's got a nice new car. It says Acton Shapley Patrol.
Does it really?
It does, on the doors. It's like,
Wow.
wow, good, it's ours. We own it. Well,
Says
us and-
Acton
us and
first?
Shapley.
Going
I think so.
alphabetical.
Alphabetical?
Anyway, this note says, it's 4 different policies for the committee to start looking at, and below is the order of preference, which that's why I gave them to you in that order.
Guess I better number them then.
Yeah.
So the treasurer has looked at policies 2 through 4, which means all of them except the sexual harassment. And feels that they still need to be in place. She made notes on one of them, which I saw here. She did right.
Yeah.
The others, Jennifer has also circulated these to other department heads, but today, Michelle Rumney is the only one that she's heard back from. So there'll still be more comments. But she thought we could, now, on the sexual harassment, the first thing that I was thinking of was, which maybe was the same as you, Elaine, was to look and see what we have in the personnel policy.
Right, that's what I was thinking. I think we kind of covered
So-
that.
If- These have the dates that they were last done. This one was 1996.
Wow. Now,
So if there's enough in the personnel policy on it, and we don't think it warrants a separate policy, then the next step on this one, too, would be to rescind it.
Yeah.
well, I have a complaint kind of right off the bat here, and I wouldn't have even thought of it in the other policy. It said to go to the Board of Selectmen. If you're a woman, and not saying that anybody has or any of these kind of things, but if you're a woman and you've been badly sexually harassed by somebody at work, the last thing you want to go to is another man to talk to it. There's got to be a woman in there somewhere along the line that she can go to.
Why couldn't they contact the town council? She's a woman.
That's, contacting town council is not written here.
No, but I mean, does it make sense that that would be, should be an option?
You mean the town lawyer? The
Yeah.
town's
As long
attorney?
as there is a female in here somewhere, because if it was a, not bad, if it,
Yeah, if it was very
You know.
intimate.
something along those lines.
Well, what if it was
yeah,
one of
and
the board
it's bad.
members, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there's, it seems like going to the Board of Selectmen should not be your only option. There's got to be someone with whom you would feel comfortable speaking.
But it has to be somebody in authority, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah.
And
Right.
even if, let's say there is no woman readily available that fills that criteria of being in authority and being available,
Did you hear-
as long
did you
as
hear the door?
it's probably
One of the conservation guys or something,
filming,
yeah.
I'm sorry, what's his name?
Eric,
Eric.
Eric.
it's written right here.
Eric. You could, you may only be legally required to tell them that an incident has taken place, and then you get referred to the police, the town council, the full board. I guess it depends on what the law says.
This
But
is
I'm-
from
my thought
this
is
is from
that-
1996.
If it's a situation where a guy has been abused, doesn't want to talk to the Board of Selectmen because they happen to be all women, or the other way around, I don't think you have to give them any great detail before they have to take steps to
No.
accelerate the issue.
Well, is there a
Under the law,
report that they have to fill
If you say
out
something
for
at
the
all, they have to do
police?
something.
Yeah. So I don't think you have to
I
feel
don't
like you have
think
to
you
tell
go
them the whole
directly to the
story
police.
No?
Yeah.
No.
before anybody will help you.
That would be more than harassment. That would be a indecent something
Yeah.
charge or sexual.
Yeah. So I wonder what, if
Well, why
this
don't
is,
we read this, read what we
it
had done in the
says
personnel
sexual harassment is
policy.
defined as unwelcome sexual advances, requests for sexual favors, and other inappropriate verbal, written, or physical conduct of a sexual nature that takes place under any of the following circumstances.
And I think
I don't think
most
she
of
meant to
that,
read it out loud to us.
I think most of that is in the personnel policy that we wrote. So let's start with rereading the personnel policy. So,
Is that available on the website, do you know?
Yes. If you go to the website off to the
Yeah, there's
left.
a little policies tab.
Yep.
Yep, okay, just want to make sure it was, so we're going to review,
This is what it looks like.
yep.
Although there's probably more there than what, did I do this last April?
So you think we covered it under, in the personnel policy?
Perhaps not all of it,
Uh-huh.
but I'm certain that a good portion of it is in there.
It would, even if we didn't cover it, I think it would be smarter to make changes to the personnel policy incorporating what we left out than it would be to have a separate
Than to
policy.
have a separate one? Do you think that they're required, do you think that they might be required by any state law or anything to have a separate sexual?
We'll have to find out.
What about the municipal site? Would that be able to give you information on it?
MMA?
The MMA,
It might
yeah.
have model policies.
Guess what time it is?
Time to stand up.
But if it did, it would tell you according to state law, so-and-so, right?
Sure, it would quote you the statute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And so there, but this is from 1996.
Right.
So this is very old.
Then the second one on her list is this use of county debit card,
Uh-huh.
which I didn't know existed.
And neither did I.
This is fairly recent, only
Yeah.
2011.
11.
So that's number 2 on the preference list.
Needs a period.
Oh, yeah.
After needed in the first line. Well, actually, the second line, the first sentence.
Paragraphs aren't supposed to be one sentence.
We have this
And-
account transfer policy of transferring funds. I don't know how many accounts we have.
No.
And then disbursement warrant. The last one. I'll tell you what, why don't we read through these, check the personnel policy on the first one to compare,
Uh-huh.
read all the others, and write down all your questions, and then let's get a consolidated list of questions, and some of those answers we'll start with Jennifer, per usual.
I was just wondering why we have a policy use on a debit card if we don't have a policy purchase thing anymore.
Guidelines.
I see it. Yeah,
Yeah.
what does it matter? If
But
you don't
this-
have to get an okay to
This is
purchase.
the debit card. If you're purchasing something, you're not using the debit card necessarily, you're using the town account. You know, you go
Is
through the
this not
purchase
part of the
order.
town account?
I don't know.
That's probably the next one. Number 3 is account transfer policy.
But if you're going to order something, you're going to buy a ream of paper or something, you don't use the debit card, I bet.
No, that's
Your
not.
purchase order and you go through the,
But how much can you debit? It says the account has to have at least $25 in it.
A minimum
I know, but
balance.
wouldn't you want a maximum that someone is authorized to use the debit card?
Well, it's got to have 2 signatures or something, so.
the treasurer will then transfer the funds approved into the debit card account. Following the purchase of approved items, a warrant attachment will be included. So they have an account with a debit card that has 25 bucks in it. If you want to buy something
Minimum of
using the debit
25.
card, they transfer the money into that account and you use the debit card.
First question. Maximum.
Yeah.
No. Thanks. It's a debit.
And we don't have a form.
Because anything
Right.
over that would be,
Well,
probably require a check or purchase order or something. But
Well, I mean,
a
usually-
minimum balance of $25.
With, you use your, the debit card, the bank that you use it, or the grocery store, there's a limit.
Yeah.
A minimum,
$300
minimum-
some odd dollars.
oh,
or
there's a
something.
maximum limit.
A maximum limit that you can take out. So I don't know if it would be the same or comparable to using your ATM account, ATM card for your checking or savings account. Most banks, it used to, in the last year or so, the maximum you could take out via ATM in any one day was generally around $250.
Unless you tell them you're going on vacation, then they'll up it.
Okay,
You can get special dispensation.
But still, if that holds true, and this one is limited to $250, whatever the limit is,
Right.
we need to,
Per the bank, though.
right.
Yeah.
But it
But
doesn't,
if the Board of Selectmen intended this for some lesser use, and they say, no, it should never be more than $100. Whatever their limit is.
Right.
Whatever they want to set for a maximum needs to
Right.
be on there.
on here, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Well, how about if we take a look at the first two for the next meeting?
Speaking of which,
Take the calendar.
I've run out of dates.
I know,
You what?
I've run out of dates for meetings.
it was on my agenda. No, it is on my,
Must be March 5th, March 19th.
March 5th is voting day.
So it will be March
Is that
12th and March.
special referendum election?
Yeah. So you're
So-
working.
Yeah, that day on the 5th.
Well, that's on that special road commissioner business
Yeah.
that we
Right.
vote on.
Was there something else that's going to be on that ballot too? Were there two items?
I thought it was just one, but I'm not
That's
sure.
taking place at the school, right?
The meeting?
No, it's
Thursday?
not like the
Vote.
town meeting, it's vote on the machines.
I thought it was always, I thought elections were always here.
I thought it was a ballot thing, yeah.
Yeah, it said by secret ballot.
Okay, so it would have to be here?
Yep.
Yep.
That'll be here, I'm showing up here.
Yeah. So the next meeting's March
Have the
12th?
warden getting lost. All right, so then we could, it would be embarrassing, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
Where the hell did she go?
March
It would
12th?
be the 12th and the 26th? That,
The 26th we're out of town,
You what?
not that week, or?
the whole week we're gone, yeah.
So,
Yeah, you know how many people watch this? Bob
so what
Apple.
about if we did it like, if we do it the 12th, what about if we do it like the 19th? Do it the next week, have two in the month.
Well, she's not supposed to be here anyway. We can do it once, just once. Aren't you usually gone this time of? Usually in warm?
I'm not going anywhere.
I know, but aren't you usually in warm city, Florida?
Yeah, in February, March, but
Yeah.
not this year. They miss you all too much.
Oh, she lies well.
She said that with such sincerity.
Do you want to do it the week of the 5th, just some other day, or
Yeah.
your night's pretty much?
The only
That's
day I know
hell
I'm
week
busy
for
is
you.
the 4th.
All right, I have another meeting that night anyway.
You couldn't do the Wednesday night, the 6th?
I can do Wednesday, yeah.
You want to do it Wednesday, the 6th?
Want to do the 6th?
Oh, I've already written down the 12th and the 26th. So the 6th
March 6th?
6:30?
seems to be working for everybody.
Yeah. And instead of the 12th, we would do
The
it
19th?
the 19th?
Is that,
As far as I know, it's okay.
do you want to do April at the same time?
Sure.
You writing this down?
No, I got you.
So we could do April 2nd, April 16th, April 30th.
Oh, we're gonna meet 3 times that month?
I'm gonna want more money. If we're gonna-
You want to raise?
Yeah, if we're gonna meet 3 times a month, I want more money.
You'll have to go down to warrant and finance.
Well, why don't we kind of mark that, and then if something comes up and we have to make a rearrangement?
So 2, 16, and 30?
Right, we will definitely avoid April Fool's Day.
Oh, I was hoping. That'd be a hoot.